What's up, gamers? Welcome back to part 7 of my... Oh, sorry, not part 7, part 8 of my control playthrough. I definitely don't remember which episode this is. So, we're basically going to be picking up where we left off in the Containment Sector. So, we're basically going to be heading through into Panopticon soon. I'm going to ignore the areas on the side, just because I want to kind of save those for like side exploration and stuff. Like once I get my next ability, my next major ability, I'm gonna kind of go back through the game and revisit areas and try to kind of get all the collectibles and things that I missed. So I'm gonna ignore the side areas, but we will explore these, like this kind of main chamber, because there's gonna be some cool stuff to see. Also, yeah, there's I think this is like a world clock. Cool. So yeah, there's like this main chamber, and then there are two side chambers on either side. One on either side. And I'm going to be skipping those. So yeah, these doors lead to the side chamber. And then there's doors on the other side of the room that lead to other side, a different side chamber. I'm going to skip those though, because I want to kind of get my next ability before I do those. And that way we can also kind of keep this episode moving a bit more, and kind of experience more of the story. Because I really want to get to the Panopticon. It's such a cool location. And I also want to get my next ability. Okay, bathroom. Gotta check it. So far, so central container. Let's go around the left side then. There are some collectibles around here, I'm pretty sure. It takes a while to find them. Okay, let's see. This way to this bathroom. I love how every time we open that door, the toilet falls. It's like clockwork. I'll also check these paintings, just because there might be a hole in the wall. Like in the last episode. I hope you guys are enjoying the series, by the way. Well, I say that, but I know no one's actually watching this. I don't think anyone's watched my series so far, but if you are watching this, then thank you. I very much appreciate it. I'll take any support I can get. Because, I don't know, I'm having a fun time replaying this game, because obviously, like I said, it's one of my favorite games of all time. I think it's brilliant. Super, super fun. Even if no one's watching, I'm so glad that I played through it. Especially before Alan Wake 2, of course, which I'm just extremely excited for. I cannot wait to see what they've got cooking up in that game. So these also lead to a different side chamber. Storage room. Interesting. Very small storage room. Right, let's continue up. Another bathroom, of course. Just like clockwork. Oh, great. About time he showed up again. Should be all of it. A little bit hectic, but it's fine. I don't think that was anything over there. Okay, so one final quadrant to check, just over this side, and then we'll move on to the containment sector, the rest of it. Okay. Is that a document? No. Just a trash can. Okay. Oh. Every time. Gotta knock that TP off. Right. Really isn't anything around here. Thought there was. Might be. Okay. Yeah, that's this area explored. Didn't really find anything, which is kind of a shame. I really thought there was going to be something around here. But it turns out that was just kind of a waste of time. But at least we fought some hiss. That was fun. Okay, let's save. And let's continue on into the rest of Containment. Security. So we have a security wing and then the Panopticon. So yeah, that area in the middle is the security wing. Oh god, these reflections are awesome. I love it. Wall of Honor. In memory of the heroic ages of Galen, our forces are known and unknown for the protection and greater knowledge of all humans, the honor of their sacrifice. Cool. I like that they have words like this. Yeah, but there's some Easter eggs in this. Maybe Trench's name is here or something. Oh well. Right, let's continue exploring around, shall we? Okay, so this is the way forward, but we can't get it now. Let's look through that door. There's another medical wing over there. Excuse me, just let me do this. Pretty sure we have to go to the medical wing to get around to the other side of this. And then open it up. Yeah. Yeah, we can't get it in there. Okay, so medical wing time. I remember this area being a bit intense, but it should be fine. I'll turn my brightness up. This is quite dark. Yeah, so there's interesting substances on the wall here. Very spooky. Cool. Shabby. Just gonna keep launching objects at the shield, guys. And you can easily take them down. Yeah, this is definitely a medical. But I love how kind of all-encompassing the NPC is. You have security, you have medical, you have containment, you have all these different areas. This area also has that moldy fungus type stuff, so I can't enter that room anyway. Until we do a side quest. But we'll get to that during a side content episode. So yeah, I'm pretty sure after I get the next ability, I'll do a side content episode where I'll kind of go back through the NPC floor by floor and get all the side stuff done. That way I can actually kind of like wrap things up in that regard. And it'll be fun, right? It'll be kind of like a montage episode where we'll go back through everything, revisit areas, and kind of, it'll be very efficient. It should be nice. Okay, let them on for spin, I believe. Accuracy 22%. 14%. Not. It's level 4, but I have a level 5 one right now, I think. So I'm not going to do that. Cool. We'll continue on. Yeah, this episode's going to be fairly short, I think. Maybe like an hour or so. But I really want to get through to Containment, or the Panopticon, I should say. Also, sorry about clearing my throat. Don't know what's going on. And maybe it's the hiss. Okay. Anything else in here? No. So the UI design is very impressive in this game. We can you can tell like what's interactable and what isn't. I mean, sometimes it's a bit tricky, but for the most part, you can tell usually given the situation or environment. Interesting. There's a door here that we can access. Security center. I remember this area being pretty intense. Still need level 6 security clearance. Which we don't have. Okay, yeah, this stuff. It's like moldy fungus type stuff. This area's a bit scary. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, there's a lot of mold around there. And we'll get introduced to a new enemy type in here. So these moldy people. They're in there as well. Fucking the doors open, of course. Come on, open the door. It's like these moldy, like fungus people. Just block the door. Come on. Come on, join the party. Oh, there's so many of them though. Terrifying. Very. Okay. Oh fuck. Okay, hang on. Jesus Christ, I wasn't expecting someone to show up. Very spooky. Okay, so Dr. Subi Patton, Coroner, and then Dr. Raya Underhill. So if you remember, Emily brought up Dr. Raya Underhill, who we'll meet eventually, I think in the side content episode. But yeah, she's got to do with the mold and stuff. The deceased was a redacted-year-old redacted with no significant past medical history. The subject was brought in after being discovered in the active threshold in an early state of decay that is characteristically fungal-based in its appearance. During autopsy, the cadaver's pleural cavities were revealed to be entirely filled by the fungus known as the mold, to an extent that medical staff were forced to put on decontamination suits. The procedure was also hindered by anomalies such as the deceased's high body temperature and undulating torso muscles, presumably, but not provably, caused by trapped gases. Routine samples as well as tissue samples requested by Dr. Underhill were successfully extracted, noting a rapid retrogression outside of the host body is to be noted. Cause of death, mold ingestion. Yeah, so we'll get into the mold stuff soon in the side content episode. It's got a lot to do with the area underneath research. It's an active threshold. Okay. The guy's sneaking up on me this time. Yeah, that's what all this mold stuff is. Okay. Yeah, you can't destroy it. Okay, time to take on the molder. Yes. Last one about energy recovery. Energy recovery speed 23%. That's actually pretty good. Okay. Well, time to take on these guys. Oh, Jesus Christ. They really sneak up on you. Didn't even know where they came from. Oh god, they're shooting stuff at me. There's still some guys around. But where? Where are you guys? Freaky fuckers. Honestly. A lot of mud, a lot of resources. Jesus Christ, fucking asshole. Come on. Come on. God damn it. Hello? Piece of shit. Okay, that should be all of it. Very scary. So they do a ton of damage, which makes them obviously very difficult to handle. Especially when they like shoot stuff at you or like spin at you and everything. It's pretty intense, but I got through it. Mostly fine. I got jump scared a bit here or there, but yeah, we did it. Jesus Christ, fucking molten. Okay, right. Okay, so we have this center area to explore. This place has been completely overtaken by the mold, which is unfortunate because it's bad for the lungs. Obviously bad for everything else as well, but yeah. It's cool that they turn the medical sector into this. Very unexpected. And there's definitely something. Nice. Cool. I love finding secret rooms. I love that they put those in the game as well, behind those main things. It's something you wouldn't notice unless you're actively like engaging with the game. Okay, I have a ton of things that I collected. Okay. New mod. Charge. Okay, I don't have charge. But yeah, I think that's a charge shot. Actually, I can't remember exactly what charge is. Projectile speed, though, that's pretty good. I'll save that for when I get charge. Okay. Abilities. That. Let's do the same. And then these are the same. Okay. Also, new asset. Corrupted sample. Cool. Nice. Actually, I just gave that up. Let's go back over here. Nothing here. Obviously, we run into that. What's this? Storage room. Okay. Now it's time to continue. I remember there being a side quest in here, actually. I just remembered that. I believe it's an RT side quest, but we won't get to that. Okay. Contamination. Very nice. Very healthy. Let's open this up. Cool. Security Panopticon. Okay, now we're gonna head back into the security wing and progress through. And also unlock it. Also going to be introduced to a firefight soon, I'm sure. First, let's explore around. Because you know me, I'm all about the collectibles. Okay. Yeah. Methodical. Waiting for another Threshold Kids video. Come on, Threshold Kids. Nothing around there. Unfortunate. So that's all of that explored. So now we'll head over here. What's this? Carpet. I'll say I'm loving the gold suit. Charge velocity boost. Again, don't have charge, so I'm gonna ignore that for now. I think I'll say Euro alert. Low-key a jump scare, but it's fine. There's gonna be a firefight in here soon. Okay, we have the Prime Candidate program in the transit corridor. And this is gonna be a late game area, so we're not gonna have access to that right now. But we'll get to that eventually. Load procedures. A new altered item. Okay. No unique procedures required, however, contact should be limited, as some report feeling disoriented after touching it. Item is handmade, set in dark wood. The item itself is lacquered, hand-painted, spins freely on all axes. While the continents and oceans are recognizably those of Earth, careful examination has revealed numerous redacted and other geographic conditions that do not exist on our planet. One of these islands is a city marked on named Tanrelio. There are no signatures left by its maker. Physical contact renders subjects dizzy and disoriented, with some reporting a feeling of unfamiliarity with their surroundings. This effect seems to grow worse with prolonged contact, culminating in a sense of listlessness and depression. Suicide has been observed in redacted handlers. The I love how much lore there is regarding these objects. I must, yeah, like I said, like, you know, like a couple episodes ago, the writers must have had a great time coming up with all of these stories for all these objects and situations. We'll head down into the center soon, so we'll keep exploring. Come on. Oh, okay. Presentation. Yes. Dr. Darling, my beloved. Let's go. The oldest house.
August 4th, 1964. We discovered the oldest house while investigating a suspected altered world event case in the New York City subway tunnels. The agents found their way up into the building. Once we became aware of it, it was there. For the rest of the population, it was hiding in plain sight, a slippery blind spot, seemingly discouraging observation. It's a place of power, an ongoing AWE of its own, seemingly adhering to its physical outer constraints and yet constantly breaking the known boundaries of reality. It's unstable, shifting. Note, for more details on control points and the research and process to stabilize and secure the core sectors, refer to a separate presentation. After extensive research and investigation, the Bureau made the building its headquarters on November 13th, 1968. The Federal Bureau of Control was never out in the open. This was always an obfuscated, classified top-secret operation. So imagine our surprise when the building's observation-resistant aspects began in some unquantifiable way to affect the Bureau as a whole.
Transferred. I love how amateurish the productions are. Also interesting to note that all of this kind of happened roughly around the 1970s, 1960s technically, but 1970s, which is when the Cauldron Lake incident happened in Avon Lake. So it's all connected. And what I mean by that is specifically the Thomas Sane stuff with Barbara Jagger, kind of sinking everything and then the volcano going off and all that sort of stuff. All of that stuff happened roughly around the same time, which is really interesting to think about.
A slippery blind spot, seemingly discouraging observation.
I don't know.
A place of power, an ongoing AWE of its own.
Looking at this whole room is just dedicated to that.
Physical outer constraints and yet.
Okay, continuing on. What's this a secret? Yep. Let me in. Oh Jesus. Did not see what I was jumping down into the elevator shaft. That's cool. Again, you gotta stay observant. Keep us peeled. And then notice all this stuff. We got a Pierce Zoom Boost. Damage after gives 59%, that's pretty good. What's these? Zoom 17%. Clunky road up there. Now time to head in down into this area. I'm sure everything will be fine. Panopticon archives a P6 cell. And another ocean view hotel secrets. Before we activate that big red button and trigger a firefight, but you know what's gonna happen. Let's just explore down here first. Yeah, shelter here. And there's the button actually. I guess I should open this one first. This is a shortcut. So we don't have to go through the medical thing all the time. Because it takes a while to mold them and everything. A lot of these are starting to get more gold as we go. And getting better drops essentially. That's not bad. Large energy costs 16%. Actually, that's very good. So I'll flip that. Get rid of this. Cool. Very well. Extremely well. And that way we can get into that one as well. Okay, never mind. I thought that was going to trigger the enemies to show up. I'm pretty sure that's the other one. Charge velocity boost again. You don't have charge, but it should be fine. Security center. Let's do this. Button time. Let's push that button. Oh, there it is. That's Dylan's cell, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe it's not Dylan's cell, I can't remember, but whatever. One cell breach.
P6 is what the Bureau calls Dylan. His cell's been breached.
Yep.
Has the Hiss found him? Are you there with him? Can you protect him?
Okay, never mind, enemies aren't going to show up. I'm pretty sure they did it last time. Oh, that's so cool. Dylan jump scare. God, I love how unsettling the motel is. Every time I come back here, it really fucking unsettles me. Even though there's nothing in here, like there are no monsters or anything, it just feels so scary. Like something's gonna show up, right? And you can't be safe 100% of the time. Speaking of, yeah. Anyway, I'm sure that's fine. Jesus fuck. Whoever's in room 223 is not having a great time. Also, everything is upside down. This is fine. Yeah. How do you feel about that, sir? Oh, well, you know, good luck with that. I'm sure he's fine. He's totally fine. Right. Anyway. Oh boy. I love how I was talking about monsters and everything, and then that happened. Extremely appropriate. Incredible timing on my part, of course. Okay, let's check this last room. Let's see what's up. Okay, something to do with this photo. Okay. Flip that. I'm not sure what that does. I think it's got to do with the first room. The upside down one. Ah, right, there it is, yeah. We flip this right way up. Very nice. So not like a particularly complicated puzzle or anything, but, you know. Very interesting. Anyway, good luck to you, sir. I'm out of here. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about any of this. I think you should leave the Tim Robinson jokes. No, Jesse, I want you to start like this. Perfect. Incredible. Amazing stuff. Okay. Let's head through into the Panopticon.
It's been a long time since Dylan and I knew each other. I wondered about him. What kind of man he'd grow up to be. Were things as hard for him as they were for me? Maybe in here, they were even harder.
So that area right there is something we'll have to come back to eventually. A lot of side areas in this game. Also, this area is fucking terrifying. Like, holy shit, what a fucking existential nightmare this is. It's a huge black void. These fire breaks and everything. Oh man. I will say the visual design of this game is unlike anything I've ever experienced. Especially for the first time. Here we are. Archives basic solid security. Yep. Let's meet one of my favorite characters in the game, even though I love all the characters. Panopticon Supervisor Langston. Who is humming up a storm, apparently. What a wacky guy. Yeah, let's talk to him.
Oh, hello.
And your
Is there
friend.
something I can help you with?
I'm Jessie, the new director. I need to get inside.
New director. Right. Well, okay.
Facial animations
Hello,
are so
I'm
impressive.
Frederick Langston, the Panopticon supervisor. It's not the best time for a tour. We have hiss everywhere, numerous cell breaches, and system failures across the board, but you're the director, so here we go. Founded by Zachariah Trench, the Panopticon is our
Oh, God,
state-of-the-art
we caught him
repository
monologuing.
for all altered items,
don't have time for
objects
this.
of power, and...
I was told Dylan Faden was kept here. Can you help me find him?
Faden. Sure. Darling wanted him somewhere secure and isolated away from people. He's in the maximum security cells, upper level. But there's currently a pressing matter, ma'am. We've got an object of power loose in there. It's wrecking the place. The Benikoff TV, it's a real doozy. Salvador took a team in to handle it, but no one's heard from them for hours. This is a Category 5 OOP we're talking about, and if we don't contain it soon, it will tear the Panopticon apart. And we don't want all those altered items getting loose, ma'am. No, trust me.
Dylan's in there.
Open the door, Langston. I'll handle it.
If you say so. I usually tell first-timers not to touch anything, so, just do that. Here, I'll get the door for you. And please, ma'am, call me Fred.
Thanks, Langston.
Oh yeah. Okay.
The employee manual offers a series of helpful actions to
What the
assist
fuck?
in mitigating a crisis. Would you like me to list them for you?
No. What's your guy's deal?
Oh man, I love that Langston had the same thought I did. I was like, what the fuck is this tone of voice? Oh, here we go. Okay, our first major Alan Wake time. It just immediately just like clicked for me when I saw this. I was like, oh fuck, okay, here we go. So yeah, before this, there wasn't a huge like confirmation, I guess. I mean, there is one that we haven't seen yet. That's a nice connection, but this is like the first like outright connection between the games and confirmation that they're in the same universe. The Oh Dear Diner coffee thermos. A blue coffee thermos with a white plastic cap and a logo of the Oh Dear Diner located in Bright Falls, Washington. The cap doubles as a mug. The item responds to Formula I.16, yet no discernible altered effect has been discovered, other than keeping liquids warm for surprisingly long periods of time. It's also worth noting coffee from the thermos is always refreshing and strong, no matter its quality before being poured into the item. The thermos was discovered on the shore of Cauldron Lake, outside the town of Bright Falls, both are known sites of a recurring AWE, see Bright Falls AWE, case file for further information. According to witness statements, Alan Wake, the Prime Candidate Program entry for further information, who went missing shortly before the discovery of the thermos, had been seen redacted, collecting similar thermoses for an unknown purpose. There we go. I mean, fucking, it's right there, right? I mean, if the thermos wasn't enough, they straight up just name drop Alan Wake specifically, which I think is awesome. It's so cool. I love that they did this. Even though I hadn't played Alan Wake beforehand, right? Even not knowing anything about the game, even I was like, this is fucking sick. Like, this is such a cool little connection between the games, and this is the first time that they kind of outright connected the games, because before this, it was the games were all separate. They had like Alan Wake, Quantum Break, Max Payne, but like none of them were like outright specifically connected story-wise. There were like similarities and common threads and things, but like for the most part, like this was like the first, like this was the beginning of a shared universe. I think Control specifically was the beginning of a connected universe, kind of reaching backwards in time to Alan Wake and being like, okay, this is all kind of connected. Everything we saw in Alan Wake was an AWE. An altered world event, and Alan Wake might have been a Prime Candidate Program candidate. So there's a lot of stuff that you can kind of connect now, which I think is really cool. And we'll get into more of that as we get into the Panopticon. Like, there's a specific section for Alan Wake specifically, I think. So yeah, that is that. An acquisition date, of course, in 2010, which is when Alan Wake took place. So yeah, it's all connected. Which I fucking love. I think it's really, really cool. Let's talk to Langston for a bit.
Is the TV back in its box yet? There's no rush or anything. It's just, an ongoing concern.
Working at the bureau.
Do you like working at the FBC?
Sure. I mean, yeah, the drama's a bit much, but I get better benefits here than I would over at the Postal Service. I checked. Better healthcare. That's not to say I don't like my job, ma'am. Been here over 15 years. No one knows the Panopticon collection better than me. I'm, close to them, in a way.
Okay.
I can't tell if that's creepy or normal here.
Bit of both. Rituals.
How do you keep the altered items under control?
It depends on the item. Each one has different needs. Ritualistic touches go a long way. Singing to them,
Did he say
flipping the
singing?
lights 3 times, that sort of thing.
Gotta
It's
communicate.
not superstition if it works.
Be open and honest. Set good boundaries.
What's the difference between objects of power and altered items?
Think of them like storms. Objects of power are like tropical cyclones or hurricanes for the uneducated. They're big, rare, and scary. Of course, directors can just bind the OOP and become the eye of the storm. Altered items are more like weird thunderstorms. Some may rain frogs, some may rain corn, but they all rain something.
And how does the hiss factor into all that?
Corn rain.
It's changing.
It all makes sense.
Making them aggressive. Now they're all raining, I don't know, knives. Knife rain.
Nice metaphor.
Yeah, incredible. Knife rain. Corn rain. Very cool.
Did you work closely with Trench?
Oh, he spent most of his time with Darling and all them. The inner circle. Not that I care.
Salvador.
Trent certainly had his favorites.
He did stop in occasionally to scowl and smoke. Did you know the Bureau has a no smoking policy? It does. Just not for Trench. Still, he is the one who put aside funding for the Panopticon. The man did have vision.
We'll meet Salvador soon. He's gonna be like one of the last few members of the team that we'll meet. Likes his background.
How did you get this job?
Started as a junior agent because my uncle knew a guy. From there I got put on a desk until an accident left the containment sector severely understaffed. At which point I got bumped up to management. Put in a steady 8 hours a day for another 10 years and voila, supervisor.
Oh yeah.
I just picked up a gun. Or a gun picked me.
Bureaucracy, baby. Capitalism wins, I guess. I don't know.
I'll see you later, Link.
I don't know what the lesson is.
I'll be here, like always.
The lesson is just like he's a job-focused guy. And we step I guess. I don't know. Fucking, I have no idea. Anyway, Panopticon time.
Panopticon.
Let's fucking
One's
go.
close. But that object
so
of power
awesome.
might wreck this place before I find it.
God, that's so cool. Jesus Christ. Okay, maybe here. So this is a fairly large area, but it's going to be fairly linear for now because we can't do anything except just climb the stairs. Okay. That's so awesome. Love it. Hit this control point, maybe. Very nice. New astral construct. I'm guessing it's going to be charge. Never mind. Where is it? Construct charge. There we go. I need more remote thoughts and one corrupted sample. I can't get more corrupted samples until we go to the mold area beneath research. So 3 explosive projectiles. Yeah, that's a really good one. It's a very powerful one. Basically like a grenade launcher, essentially. Okay. I'm going to save my resources, actually. Construct charge. Abilities, still just 1 point. So yeah, let's just soak into me for a second. So we don't want to appreciate this. Also, checking the map. Yeah, so, big circular thing at the top. Also an area to the left, which I think is where Dylan cells, maybe. So we have Dylan cell, we also have the Venikov TV to deal with. But man, that's fucking sick. God, I love this game. Engine 2, archives on the 2nd floor. So we can explore most of these floors eventually, I think. There's a lot to see and a lot to do here. It's also very confusing to navigate. Firebreak, floor 1, floor 2's archives. I can't remember what floor 3 is, but we'll get up to those as we get to them. So yeah. That's awesome. Okay. Let's progress on. Yep. was like, is I gonna shot or something? Holy shit. Oh, spin slow. Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Spin kind of sucks. I'm gonna change out spin. It doesn't do that much damage. It kind of sucks. Okay, let's get Shadow then. I just want to swap this out for a better mod. Okay, projectile 5, 4. Recall. That's a good one though. Rarity. Yeah. Change the recall on this. Yeah, much better. Yeah, because Expand is fun, like it's noisy and it's flashy, but it really doesn't do that much damage. It's kind of shitty to use. So, well. Yeah, let's progress onwards. I'm gonna try and get the Benikoff TV done in this episode, at the very least. It'll be a bit, but I want to try and see it. So this area underneath the bridge, of course. Just to make exploration that much more complicated. I enjoyed those, of course, but yeah. So the levels are very late, and the map is not very useful in terms of like figuring out where I am on different planes of existence. Like, if it's all one like horizontal plane, sure, but like when the level gets vertical, it becomes much harder to figure out. Ah well, I'll get through it. Dodge efficiency apparently increased. I love getting rid of mobs. Okay. There's some unloads into this area. Yeah, so there are a bunch of altered items here. This mailbox. Who knows what the deal is for that thing? I'm sure there's a document around here that explains something. Picnic basket. Very interesting. This place is fucked. And if I remember correctly, there actually are documents for all of these. I'm pretty sure there are. Which is nice. Okay, there's a mallet. Wacky series of items. And we have an elevator here, which is very nice. So yeah, archives number 3 is redacted, which is very interesting. I don't know if you can read what that says. Maybe you can. B6L and AI containment. Interesting. Okay. Well, we have one choice.
Something went wrong with the Bureau's plan to make Dylan the next director. Marshall made it sound like it was all Dylan's fault, but how much of it was what the Bureau did to him? I don't think she's telling me everything.
Oh, definitely not. But, oh. Excuse me. Oh, fucking hell. Okay. Jesus. Okay. So, we have a threat on the horizon. And he's floating. Which is even better. Sound design on these is so satisfying. Health boost. It's only 5 health boost. Damn, 49%. Well, obviously I'm going to switch out this one. God, that's amazing. 49% health boost. It's 29 more than the other one. Okay, that's quick maths for you. Wait. Oh no, it's just a weapon. Never mind.
Hello? Is there
Okay.
Is anyone there?
This, I'm not gonna help this guy out just yet, because I don't have my next ability. But once I do have my next ability, I promise I will help this guy. Because, he needs the help. That's all I'll say about that. Yeah, because I want to get my next ability first. More than anything, to be honest. Right. This one's just empty. Yeah, we'll help that guy soon. I promise. Just gonna get my next ability first. What? Okay. Nice, okay. Oh yeah. Hell yeah, soldiers.
Up there!
There's a guy over there.
Up there!
This is awesome.
Enemy overhead!
Jesus. What the fuck? Where's this guy?
Watch the sky!
Let's do this! It's above us!
No, pretty sure this guy. Nice, okay. A little janky in terms of the placement of the enemy, but oh well. We did it. We did it, gamers. Soldiers?
Hostile incoming!
Oh, fuck. Get fucked. Come on.
Got you covered!
Fuck yeah. Okay. A little janky, but we got through. Okay. I don't think I lost a soldier, hopefully. If I did, then I feel really bad. But at the same time, the enemies were kind of all over the place. Above and below. Right, we did that one done, which is nice. So this one's alive. And this one's alive. Hell yeah, we did it, gamers. Let's go. Fortified units. Maybe that's what that means. This is where the Panopticon TV is. I remember this thing being kind of tough, but should be able to do it, I think. Let's switch to the shotgun though. Shadow. Well, that's some unfortunate. Can't really move the body either, which is a shame. Yikes. But visually this is stunning. Oh god, so pretty. Jesus. Unbelievable.
That's the object of power. I need to
God.
cleanse it.
God, this game is sick. Love the imagery of this. The agents all floating around, the shattered glass, the TV, the lighting coming from the TV itself. Oh, God, this game. The imagery is just perfect. Oh, God. And if you thought the game was nuts visually before, get ready for this shit. The reality itself is shifting. Oh my god, it's terrifying. Wow. still so cool. Even on my second playthrough. God damn. Bye, TV. I mean, fuck, right? Like, so awesome. Hello? Okay. Yeah, I love that reality itself has shifted now. Everything's on its axis. And everything's shifted. Oh my god, fucking lowered myself down. What the fuck? Just when I thought it could get even more unsettling. Everything just got, like this whole platform just slowed me down. Oh my god, this game is unbelievable. And that's not even the best part of this whole sequence. Yeah, but we'll get to that soon. Okay, let me climb up. Let's get off of that TV, shall we? And... God damn. Oh my god, look at this shit. Perfect. Perfect visual design. Like, only a video game can do this sort of thing. So anyway, remember Salvador? We're about to meet him. Oh boy, here we go. Yep, here we go. Oh boy. Salvador is fucking tough. More of attrition. Okay. Piece of shit.
Thing was Salvador, the head of security. His team didn't stand
Holy
a chance
shit.
against this. No one
It's just
here
a
does.
lot of hiding. Just a lot of hiding and a lot of launching. So yeah, that's one of the toughest fights in the game, I think. If you're not prepared for it. Which I was. Obviously, I'm a fucking gamer. But, Jesus Christ, that fight's fucking tough, man. Yeah, let's recoup our investments and let's just check this stuff. Okay. Accuracy is big. Let's weapon mods get so complicated after all. Accuracy. Let's get rid of that. Gotta get rid of the double ups. Inventory management is the name of the game, apparently. Okay. should be good. We also got his ID, I think. It should never have been accessible to low clearance staff in the first place. Interesting. Yep, there's Lynn Salvador. Rest in peace. Expiry date January 19, 2020. Right. Cool. Well, that's Salvador taken care of. So we have Salvador is dead. Marshall is somewhere in port. Darling's missing. French is dead, and who's the other guy? It's Tomasi is missing as well. He vanished after we fought him. So we'll figure out where he went.
Okay, the TV. Another object of power going nuts.
Okay, Anchor Supplement. Ocelot's Anchor, 1976. The crew of the White Ocelot first encountered a strange spherical phenomenon while fishing in the Redacted. Witnesses described it as a black sphere with faint light behind it. It hovered just off the bow of the ship. The crew redacted by throwing a tin bucket which dissipated into the sphere. Soon after, the vessel lost structural integrity. The ship's metal rusted and fell apart within minutes. As the ship sank, the sphere lowered into the water. A passing fishing vessel called the Redacted rescued the 4 surviving crew. Agents were dispatched to the White Ocelot's last known coordinates and began diving operations. On the ocean floor, the agents found the sphere. The ship was entirely destroyed except for its anchor. As agents lifted the anchor off the ocean floor, they noticed the sphere behaved in conjunction with the anchor, moving and stopping its point. Contact with the sphere was avoided. By handling the anchor proved harmless. The item was transported by the Redacted to the U.S. port of Redacted. Upon arriving in New York, it was brought into the Bureau via the, I'm assuming, the subway.
Go again.
There's also something over here first. I promise we'll get to the TV soon. I'm also amazed at Beast when that Salvador fight. It's normally very tricky. So I'm kind of proud of myself for that. Oh, the fucking imagery. Spiral. So cool. I love it. Use the TV babysitter. Levitate superhero over the obstacle. Now we have one of probably my favorite ability, actually my second favorite ability next to launch, which is levitate. So this is how we get up to those hard to reach places. Yeah, we levitate. Oh my god, it's so cool. And obviously we can dash as well. Yeah, that's also how we get over the astral spikes as well. God, this game is fucking awesome. I love it so much, if you can tell already. With every new ability that I get, it's just... Yeah. It's slow fall as well. Which is very nice. Obviously, we can also do combat. It makes you feel even more badass. As if that weren't, possible already. I'm gonna just avoid these guys. It takes a bit to get used to, but God, it makes combat so much fun. Now that I can actually and shoot and launch while I'm in the air. God, what a fucking cool ability. Newsflash, APB. Oh, yes, static attempts to reach us. The broadcast must survive.
Okay, dealt with the TV.
Nice.
Now I can find Dylan.
Now we're about to get to one of my favorite parts of the game. Actually, I can't remember if there's anything over there. I think there might be. Case files. Benikoff TV. Acquisition date 1979. Okay. The CRT television built by Benikoff and Sons Electrics. The screen is still functional. The object can levitate itself off the ground to a maximum reserved altitude of Redacted. When bound, the object allows para-utilitarians to harness this effect for their own use. See report Redacted for the results tested with prime candidate Redacted. The object is currently bound by Redacted. The object was first discovered in a local news story from Redacted, Kansas. A figure had been seen redacted over buildings, floating over buildings. The Bureau dispatched agents to the town who discovered that a man named Redacted had bound himself to the object. Mr. Redacted was detained and the object was brought to the Bureau for study. I'm pretty sure there's something over there. So apologies for how bright this is, but I need to investigate. So this is a hidden area. So yeah, so you get points for finding the hidden areas. God, this game is fucking sick. I love it. But yeah, we're about to get to one of my favorite parts of the game that, like, legitimately gave me chills when I first experienced it. You can probably see why. Because it's fucking awesome. It's not that special, but it's, I don't know, I thought it was It's this bit. Oh, it's so cool. I love it. Just like the fact that you like go through this on foot, and it's kind of tricky and kind of cumbersome, but then like when you get back and you have float, or so you have levitate. Oh god, just like the imagery of this is unreal. It's like anything I've ever experienced in a video game. Just like that sense of like, I don't know, like you actually kind of feel weightlessness during this moment. At least I did when I first experienced it. I felt kind of like I was floating a little bit. Literally, like it felt so ethereal, so cool. I mean, it sounds stupid as fuck when I describe it out loud, but I don't know. It's my first experience. That was my first experience with the game, and yeah, this sequence just blew me away. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Okay, so let's move on, shall we? I'm gonna call that an episode soon, actually. It's not getting kind of long. It's tricky to get used to shooting while in the air, but God, it's fun. Nice. Fuck yeah. Awesome. And once we get charged, we'll be able to shoot explosives while floating in the air and launching objects. Like, just like the combination of that is so fucking cool. Like, if you haven't played Control, I would highly recommend it. Because like when you get to this stage of the game, it just becomes incredibly fun. Also, I've got to shout out the level design in this. Like, you know, you go through here, you cross this bridge, and you know you've got tunnel vision. You're focused on this door, and like you go through here, and you're focused on the Benikoff TV. But then when you come back out, you know, because of the enemy placement, your attention is immediately drawn to that. And on top of that, you're like, okay, wait a minute, I can levitate. So now you can climb up to the higher floors by that platform, which I think is excellent game design. Because like, I didn't even notice that on my on my run through here. I didn't even notice that was there. I just completely, you know, had tunnel vision. Even knowing, like, even having played through the game, that still caught me by surprise. And I was like, oh yeah, that's right, I climb up there. I don't know, it's just one of those things where like, it's easy to overlook, but I think it's really, really, it's subtle, but it's very important. Just kind of like guiding the players in the right direction. Remedy are just absolute, like, phenomenal developers. So anyway, we'll call it an episode here, I think. And yeah, we'll get an ability actually. What ability? New ability. Actually, never mind. I can't upgrade my launch. God damn it. We also have levitate abilities over here, I think, which are obviously going to be very useful. But I really want to finish upgrading launch and my health first and foremost. I'm not going to bother with melee, to be honest. Energy is also very useful, so it's going to be like launch, health, levitate, and energy. That's how I'm going to do this. I'm not going to focus too much on C's, even though C's is nice. It's going to be like the kind of base aspects of the gameplay. So energy, health, launch, levitate. That's basically all I'm going to focus on. So yeah, I'm going to call that an episode, and the next episode we'll start things off by helping this guy over here.
Is anyone there?
Philip, who really needs help. And you'll see why in the next episode. So yeah, I'm going to call that an episode. As always, hit the like button, subscribe, ring the notification bell, leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear what you guys thought of this whole area, obviously. We obviously wrapped things up last episode by entering containment, but like, you know, the whole of containment, like, kind of main hall, medical wing, the molded. Especially, I loved what you guys thought of the molded design and like that kind of that whole aesthetic. Um, and yeah, obviously the Panopticon itself, of course. I mean, come on, like the Better TV sequence, the levitate stuff, Langston in general. Love to hear what you guys thought down in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys in the next episode for part 9. Yes, part 9 of Control.